All right, so very quickly now we're going to look at the midpoint of AB is, it's a question, the midpoint of AB is C, okay? So the coordinates of the midpoint are -12 and 1, where A, which is obviously an end point, is x and -3, B is -3, and y. Find the values of x and y. Now, x is the x-coordinate of one of the endpoints. Guys, I want you to see, diagrammatically speaking, this is like saying C is here, it's -12 and what? And 1. That is our midpoint. A, on the other hand, is one of the endpoints, and it is x and -3. Right? This is not drawn to scale, guys. I'm just trying to show you diagrammatically or visually what do we see. B here is what? -3 and y. So this is the middle point, and we are given the coordinates. In all the problems we've been doing where midpoint is concerned, we've been finding the midpoint. Now we are given the midpoint, and we are asked to find the y-coordinate of one of these endpoints for B, and we are asked to find the x-coordinate of this endpoint for A. So let us look at how do we go about that. So how we go about that type of question when we are given the midpoint and we are asked to find either the x or the y coordinate for our endpoints, then what we simply do is the following. What is the x coordinate of the midpoint? So we say x coordinate of C. How would we get the x coordinate of C? We would get the x coordinate of C, which is the midpoint, by taking the x coordinate of one of the endpoints A, adding it to the x coordinate of one of our other endpoints, which is the x coordinate of B, and we would divide all of that by what? By 2. This here is what we call a setup of an equation so that we can find the what? The x coordinate of what? Of A. I repeat, how would we get the x coordinate of the midpoint? The x coordinate of the midpoint would be found how? By getting the x coordinate of A, adding it to the x coordinate of B, because those are our endpoints, and then dividing those by 2. So what's the x coordinate of C? In other words, what's the x coordinate of the midpoint? We are given it. It is -1/2. That is equal to what? What's the x coordinate of A? Well, I don't know. That is what I want to find. And in actual fact, that x coordinate of A is designated with a letter. Letter what? So I'm going to substitute that letter that it is designated with. It is the letter x. Plus, what's the x coordinate of B? The x coordinate of B is given to me. It is -3 divided by what? Over 2 as per the formula. Now I think we can solve for the unknown x. So -1/2 is equal to x. What's positive times a negative? It's -3 over what? Over 2. So what you can see here is that our denominator is 2. So what we do is we cross multiply, all right, the 2. Or we can use the approach of LCD. Our LCD for the equation is 2. So what does that mean? It means we eliminate the denominator by multiplying each term by 2. Now we are applying what we have learned in term 1 so that we can be able to solve this linear equation which has fractions, or this algebraic equation which is basically containing fractions. So cross multiplying is just a shortcut to basically applying what we are saying here. They identify the LCD, take the LCD, multiply each term by the LCD. So I'm going to take 2 and multiply 2 by half, negative, then do the same thing on the right, multiplying by 2. This 2 and this 2, they cancel. I'm left with negative 1. This 2 and this 2, they cancel. I'm left with x minus 3. I then transpose the constant term, negative 1, negative 3 to the other side becomes positive 3. X is isolated. What's minus 1 plus 3? It is 2. Therefore, x is equal, guys, because x is 2, so x is equal to 2. That is the x coordinate of A. It is 2. All right. Now, I need to find the y coordinate of B, which is my other endpoint. I want this endpoint. So now I'm going to have a focus on my y values, my y coordinates. So I'm going to say the y coordinate of the midpoint, which is C. How do I get it? I say y coordinate of A plus the y coordinate of B. Because remember, these are my endpoints for y. Over 2. What is the y coordinate of C? It is 1. What is the y coordinate of A? It is negative 3. What is the y coordinate of B? Plus y divided by 2. My LCD for the equation is 2, which means I'm going to multiply each term by 2. So let's go. 1 times 2 is equal to negative 3 plus y over 2 times 2. These two cancel. 1 times 2 is 2. Negative 3 plus y is there. Then I take the negative 3, transpose it, it becomes 2 plus 3. 2 plus 3 is 5. Therefore, y is equal to 5. Guys, what I've just done is I've found the x coordinate of A and I've found the y coordinate of B by simply using my understanding of that midpoint formula, setting up 2 equations and using my term 1 knowledge to be able to then solve for my unknown. Please, guys, make it a point that if you did not understand this the first time round, you can slow down the video. You can even reduce the times, to times maybe 0.5 if you want to, and then listen to it slowly. Or you can re-listen to the video. It is at least just a little bit over 8 minutes, and I'm sure you will grasp it and understand it. Thank you so much, and please find questions in your textbook. You should be able to find the endpoints if you are given the midpoint for any question. It shouldn't be that difficult.